Libra, thanks for visiting. This is your reading for October the 7th to October the 13th, and as I always ask you, you know that if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. Yeah, so I'm going to start your reading right now. No more boring stuff. So, the first card you have your past is the Queen of Wands. Okay, so there's a bit of awkwardness. It feels a little bit awkward. It also feels as if you've strayed from something. It's like you've wandered away, maybe from a group that used to be around. I'm looking at this black cat, and you know, cats wander around. I'm seeing a lot of talk around this as well, and I think this is coming from some of the people in this group that I keep on seeing. I keep on seeing this group, and you've gone away from this group. It feels a little bit like it's not gossip, this talk. It's a little bit like, oh, they forgot their roots. They think they're too good for us. It's that kind of thing. So it's not positive. Yeah, and I think you knew that this was what was happening. I think you knew these people were kind of saying things, thinking things. I think you did distance yourself from this group, actually, or from some of these people. I don't think you cut them out totally. They might be family, so I don't think you could do that, but you did distance yourself. And I don't think you think you're better than any of these people, but you drifted away, you wandered away, and you're very different from the way you used to be when you're around these people. You're very different now, and I think you're all different people now. You made a decision, I think, as well, and there was a big change in your life, and I think that happened when you kind of drifted away. Some of these people didn't like that, but yeah, I think they're all scattered, actually. I think they all scattered away. I'm actually seeing marbles rolling away in different directions. So that's what happened to this whole group. But I think a smaller group, some of these people see you as someone who's distant. But I mean, everyone is really, so I don't know where that's coming from. But yeah, there is a big emotional and mental separation here. That you have from that group now. There's some unfairness as well. You know, some of the people have been quite unfair to you, blaming you for things. I know that sounds a little bit confusing, but no, you haven't done anything, and I think most of the people in this group are okay. But there's scattering, not just between you, but there's a lot of different people in this group that are kind of scattered as well. So just, you know, these people are talking, and just remember that the focus isn't just on you, it's on a lot of these other people as well. So there's a lot of talk, and I think maybe, you know, if all this talk and chatter and about all these different people is going on, I can see why you've distanced yourself, you know, because I don't like all that kind of talk. Okay, so the next card you have your past is the Four of Swords. Yeah, I'm still getting this awkwardness. There's a little bit of nervousness as well. You might be seeing some of these people again. There might be an event, might be a family event. Yeah, there's logistics at this event. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing. Someone's organising this right now for something that's happening in the future. There's travelling. People are travelling from far away to get to this thing. I think this is quite an important event. Might be a wedding, important birthday, something like that. Now, it is going to be quite difficult. It's going to be quite tense for you when you go to this thing, if this is resonating with you. I just want to tell you it's going to be okay. You know, it's not going to be horrible. It's not going to be horrible. It is going to be awkward. So it's not going to be amazing and fantastic and fine, but it's not going to be horrible. It's going to be just okay. So just prepare for that mentally. I don't think you can get out of whatever this is. So yeah, just be aware of that. Okay, I'm also seeing someone who might have been injured. Might be someone in this group, might be someone who's around this group. I think this is a family member, or it might be a family group that this person's in. You know, that might be this group, that might be family. Yeah, what I'm seeing is this person who was injured, they're either going to turn up to this thing and they'll be fine, or they might not be able to go, but they'll definitely be on their way to recovery. This is an older person. A lot of people were worrying about them. I'm actually seeing people praying for them. If you look at this window on the left-hand corner in the top, someone's praying. So I think there were people praying for this person. it's some kind of fall or something like that. But yeah, things are stabilizing around them, things are mending. That's what I'm seeing. There's a lot of peace around them as well. So yeah, I think this is going to be okay for them. They're going to be okay. It's going to take time because I think they are a bit older. But yeah, this is going to be okay. Yeah, and you're going to get through this event as well. It's going to feel awkward. It's not going to be amazing, but it's not going to be horrible. There's no fights. I'm not seeing anything like that happening. You'll get through this. All right, the last card you have your past is the 8 of Wands. Yeah, again, people talking. I think this is probably going to settle a bit more after this event, actually. I'm not seeing a big talk or anyone clearing the air. It's just going to settle naturally, just very calmly. The other thing is, this is quite big, actually. Yeah, I'm seeing something that's settling, something else that's settling down. I've been seeing this for a while, actually. This is between you and someone else. There are talks, there's negotiations. I think that you've had a lot of people in your way. You've been trying to get things done and you haven't been able to because this big thing's in your way, this big negotiation, and you haven't been able to finish this, and it's kind of been blocking a few things. That's what I'm getting. You are going to move ahead quite quickly now. You're determined to get this sorted out. That's what I'm seeing. And there's money around this as well. So it might be some kind of settlement. Might be a settlement around a relationship, something like that. You're going to move forward with this, then it's going to settle. Because what I'm seeing is I'm seeing these wands, they're kind of flying up in the air, moving forward, then they fall down on the ground and they settle. So I think the other party, this ex or whoever this is, they might not feel all that happy with this result. They're going to feel a bit of a drop, when these wands drop down. So it's going to feel like a calm down for them. But then they're going to realise, okay, it's not so bad, it's actually okay. And then they're going to settle. That's what I'm seeing, if this all resonates with you. And yeah, when this is all settled, I think that's when you're going to be able to concentrate on yourself. And you're going to be able to move forward with things. You're going to be growing. There's a lot of inner growth here with these growth on these wands here. And yeah, this has been hanging over you for a long, long time, this thing, and it's settling down. It's coming to an end now. The wands are hitting the ground. There's a newer love connection here as well, I think. There aren't any problems around this, but what I'm seeing is, yeah, they'd like to see more of you. They'd like to hear more of you. They'd like to spend more time with you. That's what I'm getting around this. Now, I can see why you haven't been able to because you're very, very busy, but that's what they'd like. I don't know if they've been telling you this. I don't think they have. That's the feeling I'm getting around this. They haven't said anything. So if this is resonating with you, someone feels as if they want you to spend more time with them. That's what I'm seeing now. All right, so the first card you have your present is the King of Pentacles. Okay, so if you have the 8 of Wands and the King of Pentacles there in the same reading, this is about money. It's about money coming in quite quickly. Now, the King of Pentacles is the opposite of that sometimes. It can be about a slow build-up. It is about money again, obviously. My feeling is that you've already put in this work. You've done the King of Pentacles bit of this. You've put in the long, hard work. And now you're getting to the time when the 8 of Wands bit's coming in. So it's quickly coming into you now. So it might be that you've finished a project, a contract or something. I think this is something that's quite short term. It's not permanent. So it has a kind of a definite beginning and an ending. So it's like you've done the work and now the results are going to come in. Yeah, what I'm seeing is this is really good for you, and this is why, because you've had some big kind of financial problem. It's some big financial loss. It happened to you a while ago, not that long ago, but it was a while ago, and I think you had that loss because, or maybe this was a part of it, might not have been because of this, but something was forgotten, something was lost. I think someone asked you for something, documents, information, you weren't able to get them, you weren't able to find them or something. I think you learned from whatever this was. I think things are definitely on the up financially for you again. You've worked really hard to turn this around, And yeah, the results are going to come in quickly now. You've worked so hard. It's taken a long time. Yeah, and they're coming in quickly. So yeah, I think this last 2 years have been very difficult for you. Ups and downs, financial ups and downs, family problems, friendship groups, all kinds of things. It's been very turbulent, very hard. You've had a problem trusting a few people as well. I'm seeing that as well. You're coming out of this now. This is a big turning point for you now that you've got these two cards, especially the King of Pentacles. Financial problems are coming out. Sorry, you're coming out of financial problems, I should say. You're coming out of that. You're growing. Big turning point. I think it's starting with this internal growth that I've seen in the Eight of Wands with these kind of leaves. And now that you've had that, you've grown, money's coming in as well. A lot of things are moving up for you now. I'm seeing a big, huge lot of growth coming up for you at the end of November. That's when you're going to get to the point when I think all these horrible things are going to feel really far away from you. I know it's hard for you to imagine that now because I think you're still close to some of these things, but that's how you're going to feel. It's going to be that dramatic. It's like, oh, that feels a million miles away. That happened a long time ago, but no, it didn't. That's how you're going to feel around that time, probably mid to the end of November. That's what I'm seeing. But yeah, this is the start of a big turning point, a big upswing that's going to change your fortunes, I don't want to say fortunes, but you know what I mean. It's going to change your circumstances around, I should say. Okay, so the next card you have for your presence, the Five of Cups, yes. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is there's a bit of pushing, there's pushiness. It doesn't feel very comfortable to me, so I think there's someone trying to push people together. It's someone around this group, might be this older person that I was seeing. They want to see everyone getting back together. They want to see everyone being happy. I'm seeing family around this again. I'm actually seeing happy families. So whoever this is, they want to see everyone kind of sitting around, talking, happy families and all that kind of thing. Now, it's a nice thing to want to do. There's nothing wrong with that. The thing is, it's very awkward and you can't push people together. You can't force people together. Unless people are ready for that, unless they want that to happen, you can't push them together. So yeah, there's a bit of tension around that. I don't think happy families is really going to happen to the extent that they want it. Everyone's not going to be, you know, doing cartwheels and hugging each other and having a party together. It's not going to be like that. But things are going to settle. People are going to be polite. People are going to be civil. If they need to go to this thing, if they need to see each other and go to this event or whatever it is, or they need to see each other at other things, it's going to be quite non-eventful. It's going to be civil. People are going to be polite. It's going to be fine. It's going to settle down. And I think when all these things are lifted for you, because I'm seeing a big heaviness with all the last 2 years with this great big cape that this man has on, this big cloak. It's very dark and heavy. That's all going to lift for you now because of this turning point. Everything's going to feel a lot lighter for you. It's going to happen in time, and I think at the end of November, once again, mid to end of November, it's going to be totally lifted. That big heavy cloak is going to be lifted. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, the last card you have here present is the Knight of Wands. Okay. Yeah, this isn't very good. Yeah, I think someone sees you as this knight, actually. Not the reckless adrenaline junkie side, not that. Someone sees you as being a little bit disorganized, a bit problematic actually in some way. I have to be honest, this is how someone sees you. Maybe a little bit irresponsible, and this is around something work related. I actually think someone's judging you a little bit too harshly, or very harshly actually, and it's for something you did. But yeah, they're blowing this way out of proportion. It's way over the top to what you've actually done. There's embarrassment about this, there's shame around this, and it's around them. So I think maybe they were blamed for this or something, or maybe they felt as if people were looking at them or judging them because of what happened. So yeah, you're not perfect, no one's perfect, but this was a small thing you did and they blew it way out of proportion, because I think this might be more about their insecurities. You know, they're kind of, because what I'm getting is they're worried about their self-image, they're worried about what people think of them and all of that. They're focused on that. So, and I'm getting this hyper focus. It's almost like you feel as if you're being watched. The focus is on you. They're watching to see what you're doing. Are you doing this now? What are you going to do next? Maybe they're watching over your shoulder. They're looking at what you're doing and all of that. It is going to die down after a while. It is going to die down. It won't be this tense. It won't be this bad for you. But I think there is always going to be a little bit of tension between the two of you, even after this has died down. It is going to fade, but it's never going to totally go away. Again, I wish I could tell you that it is, but there's always going to be that between you while you're both around each other. That's what I'm seeing. But yeah, this is way out of proportion. So yeah, just know that they're really, it's all about them. This is more about them than it is you. The first card you have for your future is the Nine of Wands. Okay, again, this is about this workplace tension. I think the big message here is be brave, be upfront, be straightforward with them, because I think they're a little bit shady about this. They might be kind of being a bit emotion-based, talking about abstract things. Keep on pulling this back to the facts. Like if they blame you for more things, if they're ambiguous, if they do things like, oh yes, what you've done is kind of okay, but they don't give you a reason why it's not good, or they don't tell you how to change it. Come back to the facts. Say, okay, what don't you like about this? What's the problem? Tell me exactly what the problem is, and then I can change it. So you might have to be very straightforward with them. Keep your head held high. Keep on battling. This man's a soldier. Don't hide. Come out. You know, front up to them, because I think you probably did make a mistake here. I'm seeing that, but no one's perfect. But the stress around this is way out of proportion. It's not worth it, and they're making this look way worse than it actually was. So yeah, keep on coming to them with facts, front up to them, be straightforward. Don't let them mess you around with with feeling-based conversations. Bring it back to facts. I think that's what you're going to have to do, especially when you're in front of other people, because I think they're going to try to be a bit difficult in front of other people. You know, you don't deserve this. If this turns serious, if this turns into bullying or anything like that, definitely go to someone in authority. Don't hesitate to do that. I don't think it's that serious now. It's a small thing that's been made to look really big, but if it does get serious, definitely do that. Okay, so the next card you have for your future is the Four of Cups. Yeah, this is turning into a work reading. I don't mean it to, but I keep on seeing this this thing. So yeah, I just think, you know, the thing is, the problem's with them, because whatever you do, even if you came and offered them peace, if you offered a truce, even if you apologised for this little thing you did, I don't think they'd accept it. Look at this man, he's not accepting this cup. You know, if you said, okay, I want to offer peace to you, I'm sorry I did this thing, let's move forward, I want to apologise, they wouldn't accept it. Because it's about them, it's about their ego, it's about the way that this whole thing made them look. They're all about their self-image, they're all about how people see them. And I think some people either blamed them once again, or they saw it as partially or partly their problem, I should say. So it's really unfair, because I think if someone's done something wrong in the workplace, all they can do is apologise and try to fix things. And I think you are trying to do that, or you have already. So, you know, there's nothing really more you can do here. So, you know, just stick to the facts, keep on sticking up for yourself. You know, they're trying to bring you down. They felt down, they felt judged. They're trying to bring you down with them. That's what I'm seeing. So, you know, definitely, you've done everything you can about this. It was only a small thing anyway. That's what I'm seeing. So try to minimize this in your life as much as you can. You've done everything you can with this, so you know, don't make this take over your life emotionally. Don't be too emotional about this. You know, if you need to go and meditate, if you need to do that, do whatever you can to kind of get this out of your system. Write lots of notes to them and go and burn them or whatever. Put them on your phone, what you'd like to say to them, and then just leave it. Then just leave it and kind of try to minimize this, because what I'm seeing is you do have a lot of really, really, really amazing things coming up for you, and focus on that. Focus on that, because I think they'd like you to focus on this, and you don't need to. It's not necessary. I hope that makes sense. The last card you have for your future is the Two of Wands. Yeah, there's this big turning point once again. Really positive. Look at this man. You've got the whole world in front of you. So don't focus on what's behind you, because this person's behind you like a shadow at work, kind of following you around like this one that's behind this man. Don't focus on what's behind you. Focus on what's in front of you. Put this in the proportion that it needs to be in. I think they're trying to blow this way, way bigger than it is. And because you're really kind of hurt by this, hurt by the way they're acting, of course you are, I would be too. You're kind of blowing this up in your feelings. Shrink it down, shrink it down. Focus on the positive, shrink that down, put it behind you where it belongs. If they keep on bringing it up again, just keep on saying to them, look, I've already spoken about this. I put it behind me now. You know, just keep on saying that to them. Don't let them get to you. Again, this is going to die down eventually. It really will. It's going to go back in proportion. It's going to go back down to where it should be. But there's always going to be a bit of tension between you. I'd love to be able to tell you that it won't be there ever again, but it will, unless you kind of move on to another workplace or they do. It's always going to be there. But yeah, put it down to the small thing that it should be, like a little fly that you have to swat away. See it as something like that if you can. Try and do that. I know that was a little bit crazy and confusing. I know it turned into a work reading. That's just how it turned out. So Libra, I hope it resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. I know I was slurring a little bit with my words. I was getting it a bit kind of tongue-tied with this. I'm really sorry about that. It was a bit confusing as well. But yeah, if you liked this reading, if you did, you probably didn't, but if you did, please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you'd like to. Thank you so much for watching.